Space is unforgiving, a vacuum filled with hazards moving at unimaginable speeds. Out here, there is no margin for error, and every moment is a test of human ingenuity and resilience. For the 3 Chinese astronauts aboard the Tiangong Space Station, this danger is no longer theoretical. It has become a daily reality, shaping every decision and every breath they take. Commander Zhang Lu and his crewmates, Zhang Hongzhang and Wu Fei, are stranded hundreds of kilometers above Earth, with no guaranteed way home. Their view of the blue planet below is now tinged with uncertainty and longing. Their mission, which began as routine, has become a high-stakes survival story. What was once a symbol of progress is now a fragile sanctuary, threatened by forces beyond their control. The crisis started when a piece of space debris struck the Shenzhou 20 return capsule, cracking a critical viewing port and rendering it unsafe for re-entry. In an instant, their escape route was compromised. This single random event forced a chain of decisions. One crew returned safely, while another was left in jeopardy. The margin between safety and disaster in space is razor thin. The incident is a stark reminder of the growing threat of space junk, with millions of debris pieces orbiting at bullet-like speeds. Each fragment, no matter how small, is a potential catastrophe waiting to happen. Even a tiny fragment can cause catastrophic damage, and the Shenzhou 20 accident was an inevitability in our crowded orbital backyard. The risk grows with every launch, every satellite, every discarded bolt. Now, the Shenzhou 21 crew faces an indefinite wait for rescue, isolated in their engineering marvel, but cut off from Earth. Every hour stretches into the unknown as they cling to hope in each other. They are the youngest in China's astronaut corps, now thrust into a real-life survival drama. Their training prepared them for many things, but not for this level of isolation and uncertainty. Without a reliable lifeboat, their connection to home is severed. The silence of space is now matched by the silence of uncertainty. The world watches, hoping ingenuity will bring them safely back. Their fate now rests on the brilliance and determination of those on the ground, and the courage of those still orbiting above. With a damaged return vehicle threatening the safety of the crew, and a new crew recently arrived in orbit, the China Manned Space Agency was forced to make a bold and unprecedented move. The Shenzhou 20 crew, facing uncertainty, used the newly arrived Shenzhou 21 capsule to return safely to Earth, leaving the fresh crew behind with only the compromised Shenzhou 20 as their emergency lifeboat, a vessel whose reliability was now in question. This great swap solved the immediate problem for the outgoing crew, but created a new dilemma, stranding the new arrivals with no guaranteed safe escape route if disaster struck. The CMSA prioritized the immediate safety of the departing astronauts, knowingly accepting a heightened risk for those who remained on board the station. In response to this precarious situation, China scrambled to prepare and launch an uncrewed Shenzhou 22 as a dedicated rescue vehicle, aiming for a rapid turnaround and a swift solution. The mission would also deliver much-needed supplies, buying precious time for the stranded astronauts and ensuring their continued safety and well-being. Once Shenzhou 22 successfully docks, the damaged capsule will be carefully deorbited over the Pacific Ocean, eliminating the risk it posed. This episode highlights not only China's agility and technical prowess, but also its willingness to operate closer to the edge of safety than many other space agencies might dare. The world is watching closely to see if this high-stakes gamble will ultimately pay off, and what it means for the future of human spaceflight. To truly grasp the risks China faces in space, it helps to first look at NASA's approach during the 2024 Starliner crisis, a moment that tested the agency's commitment to astronaut safety and operational discipline. In June 2024, astronauts Butch Wilmore and Suni Williams found themselves stranded in orbit after their Starliner capsule experienced a series of unexpected malfunctions, raising immediate concerns about their safe return to Earth. But NASA's International Space Station is designed with multiple layers of redundancy. A Crew Dragon capsule was always docked nearby, serving as a reliable lifeboat in case of emergencies. This meant the astronauts were never truly trapped. They always had a proven, safe way home, no matter what happened to Starliner. When NASA's engineers identified even a small but unacceptable risk in Starliner's re-entry systems, they made the difficult decision to keep the crew aboard the ISS rather than risk a dangerous return. Instead, Starliner was sent back to Earth without any crew, allowing experts to analyze the issues in detail, while the astronauts waited for the next scheduled Crew Dragon mission to bring them home. Their return was delayed by weeks, but at no point was safety compromised. The crew continued their work, confident in NASA's protocols. NASA's culture, shaped by the hard lessons of Challenger and Columbia, demands that no crew is ever left without a proven escape route or forced into a risky situation. The Starliner incident reinforced NASA's core philosophy. Patience and caution always take precedence over speed and risk, no matter the pressure. Even if it means waiting months in orbit, NASA's priority is clear. Astronaut safety comes first, above all else. This unwavering commitment stands in stark contrast to China's approach, highlighting the profound differences in how each nation manages risk in the unforgiving environment of space. The Tiangong and Starliner incidents reveal two fundamentally different philosophies of space safety. Tiangong's single docking port means no backup lifeboat. When disaster struck, there was no redundancy. The CMSA's just-in-time approach relies on rapid rescue launches, accepting periods of extreme risk. In contrast, the ISS is designed for constant safety, with multiple docking ports and always at least one escape vehicle ready. NASA would rather strand a crew for months with a safe lifeboat than risk even a few days without one. China's method is agile and fast, but creates single points of failure and windows of vulnerability. The international approach is slower and more expensive, but resilient. This is a trade-off: agility versus resilience. The current crisis is a real-world test of which philosophy better protects astronauts. As space activity grows, these choices will shape the future of human spaceflight. The stakes could not be higher. The world admires China's technical prowess. Preparing a rescue launch in days is a remarkable feat, but experts are alarmed by the protocol that allowed astronauts to be stranded without a viable escape. The Great Swap exposed a gap in safety planning, with critics calling it reckless and desperate. Robust space programs should never require stranding a crew, even briefly. China's higher tolerance for risk may reflect its ambition to catch up on the world stage. Yet, as human spaceflight expands, such risk-taking could set a dangerous precedent. The unwritten rules of space safety are written in hard-won lessons. China's response is a double-edged sword, impressive in speed, troubling in its willingness to sacrifice safety margins. The success of Shenzhou 22 will be a victory, but questions about protocol will linger. The incident is a case study in the dangers of prioritizing speed over safety. China's rapid response stands in stark contrast to Blue Origin's slow, methodical approach, which is deliberate by design. Blue Origin's motto, "Step by step ferociously," guides its cautious progress, building reliability and trust before speed. The company's New Glenn rocket has advanced slowly, with years of rigorous testing and a focus on reusability and safety. Blue Origin invests heavily in ground testing and hardware inventory to avoid ever needing a desperate rescue. Safety is the foundation, not just a checklist to be completed. Critics call this slow, but it's a powerful alternative to high-speed gambles and risky shortcuts. As spaceflight expands, the contrast between China's agility and Blue Origin's patience will continue to shape the industry. The question remains, is the future about daring gambles, or making space travel so safe it's no gamble at all? The Tiangong crisis is more than a technical challenge. It's a lesson in the harsh realities of space. China's rapid rescue capability is impressive, but relying on speed instead of built-in safety is risky. By prioritizing one crew's return, the CMSA knowingly left another in peril. The safest emergency is the one you never face. The best rescue is the one you never need. NASA's Starliner response showed the value of patience and redundancy. True safety means having time to make the best decision, not racing against disaster. As humanity aims for Mars and beyond, resilience and reliability become non-negotiable. The Tiangong incident will be remembered as a pivotal moment in space safety. It forces us to weigh courage against wisdom in the final frontier. In space, only robust systems, not ambition or speed, can guarantee survival.